EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup, and we are all set to go, as it'll be the New England Patriots taking on the New York Giants.
To kick off for New England.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And they will wrangle them down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Right to the air goes Dart. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
The Giants at 3-4 on the year coming into play. They were winners the last time out, so they'll be looking here to make it 2 in a row.
And when you and I watched tape preparing for this, what we saw was a team that competed hard, and they played well in all 3 phases of the game. And I think if they can carry that over to this week, they've got a really good chance to emerge victorious yet again.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the result. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Throwing his dart. And swing this out wide. Here's Achane. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and 5. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for first.
42-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up third and 4.
Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
13 yards.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They move this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want their body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
2 yards on the pickup there, and that's going to bring up second down. Back to the ground, Achane. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Dart. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down. He needed 5. He got it barely, as it will officially go down as a gain of 5 yards.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he stopped immediately there. Antoine Winfield up from the secondary with a tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Second and 9. Now Dart. His throw at the 5. And the Giants are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. They'll run. Achane. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Devon Achane with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they ended with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. To the air, May. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Looking to throw, May. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. The extra point splits the uprights. And we are tied at 7.
Andy Borregales to kick off for New England.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And nothing much materializing there in the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. They can look at this Patriots defense. They've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
To throw, Dart. There's Johnson with a reception. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down.
At the 35-yard line.
Up the middle, Achane. And they can't bring him down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far in this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
On first down, back to Achane. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Throwing, Dart. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Devon Achane. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Giants have taken the lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the backfield gets in for the score. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it as we resume action.
Harrison Mevis to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Here's May. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Here's Achane to start the drive. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Here's Dart. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shelton. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
To throw now, Dart. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Well, that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault because, to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here we go,
Achane here, they stay on the ground. And he'll be tackled at the 45 following a gain of just 2.
He was brought down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
70 line, come 19, come 19. 60 Maverick.
Out of the gun, here's Dart. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
They set up the screen. Achane has it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Go! 79 Bronco, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger, 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Go!
Throwing his Dart. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
It's 2nd
Well,
and
offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field. To the air, Dart.
He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And 3rd and 1 now. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it with Achane. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. Now Achane on 1st and 10. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeaux.
No gain on the play.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Hits him in stride. And the Giants are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Ready?
Achane. No signal, and now they say he did not get in. He is stonewalled at the 1. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll try to run this one in. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
You can almost feel him thinking as he's running the football, just one more block, anything to get me to the perimeter and around the corner. Couldn't quite get there, ends up getting spilled for a loss.
And the question now, can the Patriot defense hold firm again on 3rd and goal? Achane, and not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Let's go now.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On fourth down, Kyle Shanahan will send out the field goal unit. This is less than an extra point, just a 19-yard attempt. And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
Mitchell. Brought down back at the 21-yard line.
From the shotgun, May with it. That's another one complete to Mitchell. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's May. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3-and-out.
So on 4th down, here's Bryce Baringer on to punt for the Patriots. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 16. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Harrison Mevis to kick off.
A 10-point game, 17-7 to score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
To throw, it's May. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for New England. 61 yards. Mitchell going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Mitchell again. And this time he'll get in. Touchdown, New England.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Makes the score.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Andres Borregales to kick off for New England.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
There's a short one caught by Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
The coach is always hard on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Cowboy 80. 18, 18, ready. 18, Pioneer.
Looking to throw, Dart. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Out of the gun is a good Achane. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Buffalo 80. 60 block that. Buffalo 18.
To throw is Dart. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 90 yards receiving now for him in the ball game. It's a 1st down.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not even going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Here's Dart. Again, it's Johnson.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27.
19 tight, 19 tight.
Dart going to look to throw here. There's a short one caught by Johnson. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
From the gun, Dart. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Theo Johnson, 23 yards for the touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
And that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up the first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Patriots 14. Harrison Mevis to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
They're on 35-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
7-yard pickup.
Second down and 3. Throwing here is May. Completes this to Elijah Higgins. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A gain of 19
First target, first catch, and a first down.
Patriots, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the gun to give to Mitchell. To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll throw with May. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
May's pass.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. And it's third down.
From the gun on third down is May. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Forget the run on third and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
To the air, May. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Looking to throw, May. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown.
Complete to number 83.
A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Patriots are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Andy Borregales to kick off for New England.
The kicking unit out for the Patriots as they send this one away.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Good work after the catch, going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say, don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Achane gets it from the gun. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Dart. Quick hitter here, it's complete. So nothing doing there. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
70 Lions. 19 Lions.
Throwing his dart. And complete to Smith-Njigba. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots 28.
It's a gain of 16
It's a pickup of
yards.
16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
First down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here's Dart. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. Up the middle they go. Harden. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here we go, set.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And they will take it in for a giant touchdown. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Giants will add to their 4th quarter lead. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a two-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that could win the game for us.
Giants 31, Patriots 21. Harrison Mevis to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a two-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. Here's May. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a third and 10. From the shotgun, it's May. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw forward May. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And he's going to have the first down and more than that. That is all the way in. Touchdown, New England.
Touchdown,
Elijah Higgins, 65 yards. And the Patriots have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
Patriots 28.
So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Oh, partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13. To throw, Dart. Left side, he finds Smith and Jigba. And his defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Come 19, come 19. Panther 11, Panther 11.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. He's got his running back out of the backfield.
9 yards. And the Giants, first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame.
So with your team leading in the 4th quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
60 by 6, Warriors 70, Dragon 60.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19 Tiger, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat, 79 Bronco. Go!
To the air, Dart. He finds Smith and Jigba. And he'll go out of bounds after taking a little further down inside the 40.
They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down, so you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Here's Dart. And that is incomplete. The Giants go on 4th but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So that's a decision that could loom pretty large here. They go for it on 4th down but come up empty.
But I actually like the call, and the reason? It shows me a head coach has faith in his team overall. First on the offensive side, thinking they can pick it up, but also knowing that he has faith in his defense that if they don't, they'll go out there and stop them. I like the confidence he showed.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time to work with here, but the timeouts, they're gone. Here's 1st and 10.
Crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Mitchell.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the Giants' 44-yard line.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Back to throw. That's another one complete to Mitchell. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 33. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Here's 1st down. He's back to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw. And quick throw here, that's complete. Not good. They didn't move the football an inch, and precious time ticking off the clock.
At the 14-yard line.
Another try from the 14 on 2nd and 10.
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
To throw, it's May. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds. CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Point after, right down the middle. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Andy Borregales to kick off.
Following the touchdown, Borregales back out to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. To throw is Dart. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Throwing his Dart. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you've got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And It's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner. Although on that last play they were so backed up, it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.